What's up, YouTube.com? It's your boy, Heel Balor, back with another video today. I'm a few days late. Well, actually 2 days late. But I'm here to talk about SmackDown 1000. It's been a while since I've done a SmackDown review. Actually, it was 2 years ago when I did a SmackDown review. And I decided to bring it back for, this big occasion. So let's get started. SmackDown 1000 kicked off with True TV, right? Carmella and R-Truth, they cracked jokes, they danced. It was cool. I liked it. And all of a sudden, Stephanie McMahon comes out, right? And she starts, glabbing her gums, blah, 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 starts saying how can this be the A show? Raw would have kicked off with things differently. What have you kicked off with? What if you would have kicked off with Raw with? Huh? Roman? Would you kick it off with, Dogs of War? Huh? What would you kick it off with? Somebody please tell me. Anyways, after that, Shane McMahon returns, right? Shane McMahon comes back after... We haven't seen Shane McMahon since April. We have not seen Shane O'Mac since April. It's insane. Shane comes out, he plays to the live crowd, what's up, Washington? He does all of his usual shtick, which is pretty cool. And then he starts talking, all of a sudden, No Chance in Hell. No Chance in Hell starts playing, and here comes Vince McMahon, doing his strut. No chance in hell, all that good stuff. Vince comes out, talks, and then they have a dance. They have a dance break, literally. Carmella, R-Truth, Shane, Stephanie, and Vince have a dance break. Okay, that was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually very funny. I enjoyed it. Great opening segment to open SmackDown Live. Nothing interesting there. It was fun. That's all I gotta say. It was fun. Up next, we had Dana Bryan and AJ Styles teaming up against the Usos. It was a very good match. Very good match from what I saw. The ending came when Dana Bryan, AJ was going for phenomenal forearm. He missed. Uso kicked him in the face. Bryan got in the ring. Bryan, there was some miscommunications. Bryan ducked the kick, and Styles got hit. Bryan thought Styles did it, or Styles thought Bryan did it. AJ shoved him away into his super kick, actually. And then that cost them the match. 1, 2, 3. The Usos got the victory over the WWE Champion and the number one contender. That was a pretty good match, I'm not going to lie. A very good match to open SmackDown Live. And I noticed the picture from the match, or from the beginning of the match, with AJ Styles' entrance, right? So you had Stephanie McMahon and Vince back in the gorilla position, or not in the gorilla position. They were towards the entranceway, but you couldn't see them. There's a picture of them, and Styles, when he's doing his pose, right? Styles is doing his little pose, right? You see Stephanie doing this. Stephanie's doing this, right? And then Vince is back there just looking like, it's just like, who's this guy? It's like, I created this guy or whatever, And it was just an amazing picture to see, Vince and Stephanie looking at in awe of AJ Styles. It's pretty cool. After this, I think Evolution was next. Evolution came out. Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H, Ric Flair. Batista dressed up as, Peter Quill from, Infinity War, the Marvel movies, He wore the jacket. He wore the shade. Triple H dressed up in leather, it's pretty cool. Leather jacket, Motorhead, Ric Flair came out in the suit, usual. Randy Orton came out in a suit. It was pretty cool. They talked. Randy Orton talked about how, basically, he's the evolution of this business, They basically talked. Ric Flair, same thing. Talked about 1,000 of his Lamborghinis or whatever. I can't remember what he said. After that, you had... what did you have after that? You had Batista. Batista took a while to talk. Batista said he was happy to be back. He was 4 reasons that he was back. SmackDown 1000. He missed us. He loves us. That really, Batista, him talking, man, it's very special for me. Batista is one of my favorite wrestlers out there. Very first wrestler I ever saw on WWE television. So seeing Batista back after 4 years, once again, was very, very, very special to me. And it was just awesome, man. Batista talked a little bit more. He says 4th reason for him being back was Evolution. He's coming back for Evolution. He talked about Randy Orton. Talked about Ric Flair, which was funny. He talked about how Ric Flair, you could tell stories about Ric Flair, but it wouldn't be PG. Batista says, or could I? And he says, him and Rick were fist bumping, and then Rick, Flair's, all gyrating, and he's doing all this stuff, right? And Batista says, not again. And Batista says, You keep that thing in your pants. Just started cracking up, and like Evolution, like everyone was in the ring cracking up. Randy Orton, Triple H, Ric Flair were cracking up. Like I was dying. That was so funny. But if you saw my, I actually looked back and I saw my reaction to that, and I really didn't laugh. I was too busy talking, so I went back and watched it. I was cracking up. Like that was so funny. And then he says, he talks about Hunter, right? He talks about Hunter, and he says, he's the evolution of this business. Says the same thing about, everything said about Randy Orton and Ric Flair. And then he says he's done lots of things in this business. It said beat Batista. And then goosebumps started to appear on me. Goosebumps started to appear on me. And I'm taking my glasses off because I want to look at you guys in the eyes. Goosebumps were appearing on my face at that moment. Like, the goosebumps were starting to appear, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, it's blinds. Don't worry, I'm not a zebra. Batista and Triple H had a little intense stare down. Triple H looks over at Batista, and he stared a hole in Batista. It was so cool. Stared him down, which was pretty cool. Ric Flair got in between them. They started hugging it out. Batista, Flair, Orton, the Game. They started hugging it out. It was pretty cool. And that ended the Evolution segment. Well, it's happening. You had The Miz and Rusev in a qualifying match. I didn't watch it. Apparently Kurt Angle was on commentary. Cool. And then The Miz won in like 42 seconds. Who cares? Because Aiden English was out there and he tried to distract him and Lana kicked him low. So, who cares? And then there was a backstage segment with John Laurinaitis, Teddy Long, and Vicky Guerrero. And Paige was back there too. That was pretty cool. Seeing Teddy Long again, my hometown boy. Pretty cool. Vicky Guerrero, I love Vicky Guerrero. Back in the day, I did not like her, but now she's amazing, man. I miss Vicky Guerrero on TV. And then John Laurinaitis, I don't really care about John Laurinaitis. I didn't care about people power or anything like that back in the day. I always thought he sounded, people power. He always sounded like he was, wheezing. Yeah, it's so funny. People power. Sounded like he was dying. But it was cool seeing Johnny Ace there, I guess. I think after that, I'm probably going to go out of order here, but I think after that was the tag team match with the Usos in the bar. Pretty good match. Big Show came out, turned heel for like the 1,000th time, and that was it. The Bar and the tag team champions, that's it. It was a great match. Let me tell you, it was a great match. There were too many commercials, though, in between. But that ended that segment. I think after that was... I think it was Rey Mysterio's match. I'm probably forgetting a match, but, who cares? If I forget a match, I apologize. I think after that was Rey Mysterio's return. Oh, that was a backstage segment with Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy. That was pretty cool. Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy, hugged it out. It was pretty cool seeing Rey and Jeff, backstage together. It was pretty cool. And there wasn't really big cameos. Oh, the Cutting Edge. So I'm talking about the Cutting Edge. The Cutting Edge was next, with Edge, being the host, of course, the Cutting Edge. Had his guest, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. It was a pretty cool segment. Basically, Edge was trying to be the peacekeeper between these two in the rivalry, and they're still trying to throw in the fact that Becky Lynch is a heel when she's not in fact a heel. I'm sick and tired of this crap. To me, Becky's not a heel. To you guys, she might be a heel. Oh, she's doing heel. I get it. I get what you guys are trying to say. I get it. But to me, the reaction she's getting and everything, all that, Becky to me is a babyface. Tweener. I'm gonna call Becky a tweener. She's a tweener in my opinion. Becky is a tweener. She's doing heelish tactics, but to all of us, she's still a babyface. I'm just saying that. That's just my opinion there. After that, Edge, he talked about how, he was an opportunist, blah, 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 all that kind of good stuff. Tried to play peacemaker between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Becky said, basically, I don't like myself. I love myself. And Becky all heelish. It was amazing. Becky, talked down to Edge in disrespect. I can't put the script to her to say this line here. She says, get out of my ring and try not to break your neck on the way out. I get what you're trying to do to me. It's not going to work. Repeat after me. It's not going to work. Look at me in my eyes. It will not work. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you try to spin it, it will not work. Becky Lynch is a tweener. Becky Lynch is not a heel. Becky Lynch is... I guess not a babyface anymore. She's a tweener, in my opinion. But there's nothing you can say or do that's going to convince anyone otherwise. Becky Lynch is a tweener. I mean, to everyone else, she's probably a heel, but still. And then then Charlotte Flair came out. Charlotte speared Becky Lynch because why the heck not? Because Edge was in the ring, I guess. Everyone came out. You had referees Charles Robinson, you had Mike Chioda, you had Fit Finley, you had Jamie Noble, you had all those guys come out and separate the two women to end the segment. That was it. Edge was just sitting in the background like, yeah, this is normal. Yeah, this is normal, you know. Edge was just chilling in the background like, yeah, this is normal. Yeah, this is nothing new. It was a pretty cool segment to end it. I think it was Rey Mysterio and... I'm going out of order probably. Who cares? So it was Rey Mysterio and Shinsuke Nakamura. Rey Mysterio's big return match. Mysterio, man, it's great to see him back. Mysterio's in huge shape, man. He is ripped to the bone. Mysterio is, for his age, like he's in his 40s. Like he is ripped to the bone. Mysterio, he is shattered or shredded, not shattered, shredded. Batista, I mean not Batista. I wish we had a backstage segment with Batista and Mysterio because that would have brought back memories for me at least. But we didn't get that. Oh well. And we could have got a picture or something. I don't know. But we didn't get that. Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura coming out, and he was a little, it was a little this on, the United States champion, blah 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 blah. Charles Robinson was the referee, which is awesome. Cool. I love Charles Robinson. He's my hero. So I throw that in there. Mysterio and Nakamura was a pretty good match. Went back and forth. Ended at 619. First time ever they ever wrestled together. Ever. First time ever. Mysterio hit a 619 and a frog splash from the rope, which is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3. Mysterio got the win, and he's in the World Cup. So that was cool. I think I forgot to mention this. The Miz won his thing with Rusev, and yeah, he's in the World Cup, so who cares? If I forgot to mention that, I'm going to mention it again. There you go. And that's that. Out of nowhere, The Undertaker comes out. Like, out of nowhere. Mysterio's celebrating, the lights go out, right? Undertaker comes out. Taker comes out. Takes him like 3 minutes to get to the ring. 3 minutes. 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Can't remember. Taker comes out. He didn't say anything about SmackDown. Literally, he didn't say. If I can't remember, he didn't say anything about SmackDown. He basically said, he talked about Crown Jewel, and that got booed heavily. Gee, I wonder why. That got booed heavily by the crowd, which I'm not really surprised. Sorry about that. Especially being in Washington, and with Saudi Arabia thing, this whole thing is ridiculous. I'm not going to talk about it here with you guys. I don't want to get on here to talk about that. It's just not the right time, and I'm not the right channel to do that. If you want to go find out, and if you want to go check out a different channel who talks about that, go find somebody else. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to do that. After that, Taker, he talks about Triple H, and the 3 words he said. Well, Taker has 3 words for him. Rest in peace. That's basically what he did. He growled, and that was it. That's how SmackDown went off there with The Undertaker, doing a growl in the thing for, he was only in the ring for, 2 minutes, for real. Taker got on a plane, right, from Texas, flew a few hours here, or a few hours to Washington, D.C., got dressed, got his makeup on, sat in a chair for a few hours, right, and, did his thing. Great way to end SmackDown Live. Great way. I'm not saying this is a bad show. It was a very nostalgic-filled show. It was great. But there was no really big appearances. I didn't really expect... Oh, yeah, and Kurt Angle was on commentary. Yeah, if I mentioned that, too. If I didn't mention that, too, I'm going to repeat it there with, the match with The Miz and Rusev. Yeah, I'm going to mention that again. I have bad memory, folks, okay? It's hard to remember everything. What after that? It went off the air, and that was it. SmackDown 1000. There really is... It was a very nostalgic-filled show. Would I say it was better than Raw 25? Yeah, kind of. I mean, there really wasn't that much. Vince really doesn't care about SmackDown. Let's be honest here, guys. Vince doesn't care about SmackDown whatsoever. Monday Night Raw has always been his baby. Always has and always will be. And it sucks, because SmackDown, in my opinion, really has been putting on decent television nowadays. Not only the best that we've seen so far, back in 2016. But they've been doing decent so far. Vince, he doesn't really care about SmackDown. It really sucks. With SmackDown 1000, it was okay. There were really big returns. There was no Rock. There was no Christian. There was no Kane, which I thought Kane was going to make an appearance, to be honest with you guys. There was no, nothing. There was no women's match, which apparently I heard because they got cut, because apparently they were complaining about not going to Saudi Arabia, and about what's going on over there. So, here's to you, WWE. Sorry about that. I just had to throw that in there. That ticks me off. Come on, man. There was no Michelle McCool. There was no Kelly, I guess. There was no Tori Wilson. There was just no woman that was not there was no Beth Phoenix. There was nobody really. There was no legendary woman besides excuse me. There was nobody besides Vicky Guerrero that was there because she was the past GM. But I'm not gonna complain about that. Overall, this was a very good show in my opinion. One of the best. It was just a regular SmackDown, in my opinion, with legends. That was pretty much it. The Evolution segment was my favorite segment of the night. The Edge, the Cutting Edge was good. Mysterio and Nakamura was pretty good. And the rest of it was alright. Let me just say, the rest of it was alright. And the opening segment was hilarious. But that was SmackDown 1000 in a nutshell. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Too sweet that like button down below. Subscribe for videos like this one. Turn on notifications so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see y'all next time. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Too sweet. And peace out, yo.